What's going on, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, founder of SWAV Eyewear and SWAV Agency. And we have another episode today, man. This is the 76th episode. And this is a really good episode right here, right? I see it all the time, and I'm excited to talk about this one, right? So before we get started, be sure you subscribe to this channel. Be sure you subscribe to these videos. Be sure you comment, because we be bringing heat, yo, real talk. We be bringing heat about everything direct to consumer. If you have a product that you're looking to sell on the internet, this is the platform for you. This is the podcast for you to consume this information, to apply this information to your life, and for your life to get better and for your business to grow, for you to keep your leverage, for you to keep your equity, and for you to actually, see progress within it, right? So I'm a real no BS type of person. I hate the lies and the games. I'm here to give you real information that I've seen in real life, in motion in real life. I've seen the effects of it, the results of it. So yeah. But today, this is what we're talking about. Before you go on Shark Tank, before you pitch an investor, here's the things that you need to think about. Here's the things that you need to take into account. Here's the things that you need to consider. Here's the things that you need to get in order, right? If you sit here and say, I want to be a multi-million-dollar brand, I did an episode a few months ago about when do you need capital, growth capital. If you want to do 5 million, 10 million, you're going to need some capital at some point in time. I remember I posted on Facebook and I said, if you really want to get your business up and running, you're going to need like 50 to 100,000. Now, I know people say that they started their business with $20 or $70 or $200, but that's to start. But to get your business up and running, operating, having staff, having inventory, having a solid supply chain, or at least a decent amount of supply chain to get things going and rolling, you're going to need 50 to 100, depending on how much your cost per unit is. Depending on what the MOQ is, depending on if you get it manufactured, depending on if you're making your own product. If you're making your own product, you're gonna need more machinery. If you're getting your product manufactured, then you're gonna be ordering, it's gonna be shipping. It's a lot of different things to take into account and to consider. So before you sit here and say, I need an investor, here's what you gotta consider. Number one, are your books clean? Are your books clean? What does that even mean? Do you have an accountant? Has your finances within your business been getting documented every single month down to the penny? Do you know how much money you're spending on labor? Do you know how much money you're spending on marketing? Do you know how much money you're spending on inventory? Do you know what the profit is? Do you know what the net income is? Do you know what the net profit is? Do you know what the gross income is? Do you know what the gross profit is? Everything. That's your books, your accounting. It blows my mind how many people I've worked with that was making 200,000 a year, 100,000 a year, 300,000 a year, that did not have an accountant. An accountant literally is like $600 to maybe $900 a month. If you're making $10,000, $15,000 a month, and you're not willing to invest $600 to $900 a month into a solid accountant, I'm not talking about a bookkeeper. I'm talking about an accountant. Because an accountant is like a financial strategic partner of your business. A lot of people look at an accountant and a legal as an expense rather than an investment. It's time to change the mindset. If you're sitting here saying you want to get investors, you need to have your books clean, squeaky clean, spick and span, right? Do you have an accountant? If they were going to invest however much today, they most likely going to have a due diligence period, and they're going to go look in your books to see what you're spending your money on in your business. They're going to be asking you for P&Ls. If you cannot deliver a P&L within 48 hours, I'll even give you 72 hours max. Because if you have an accountant, you should have your P&Ls and your reports getting sent to you every month anyway. If your book's not clean, nobody gonna invest in you. Nobody's serious. And a lot of people say, I'll get an accountant later on. The earlier you get them, the better. That's how audits happen anyway, right? So are your books clean? That's a really important question. Ask yourself that. If you don't have an accountant, go get one ASAP. Another question that you need to ask yourself is, what's my CAC? What is my cost to acquire a customer? Depending on your business, you're going to need, the investor that you're looking for is, you're going to be at a different level in your business. The goal is to get an investor when you already are spending money on ads, because the money that they, put into the business is going to take things further faster. But that's, assuming that all your operations are already in order. But I don't ever want to assume that, because I'm pretty sure most people's operations aren't fully in order and they're not super efficient just yet. But what's your CAC? What is the CAC? CAC, customer acquisition cost. This is vital. If you don't know how much it costs to get one new customer, you're not ready for an investor. Or if somebody does invest, they're going to get more equity from you because they're going to have to figure it out. See what I'm saying? So, what's your CAC? If you're not running ads, you better off getting a loan or a line of credit or a grant to invest into the business, because you're not ready for an investor to hold you accountable to all of that just yet. It's levels to this thing. You know what I'm saying? What's your LTV? What's your lifetime value to your customer? Investors are lazy. All they want to do, and this is not a shot to investors, this is just the nature of the beast. They paid their dues, right? That's why they're investing. They're not trying to build a business. They want to invest into a business and in a couple years get a return on their money. If you exit, depending on who you sell it to, if you sell it to a private equity firm, depending on where you at in the business, or they could get bought out for, their amount, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, they want to know, what's the CAC? What's the LTV? Lifetime value of the customer. In 1 year, how much is one customer spending? After 2 years, how much is that same customer spending? After 3 years, how much is that same customer spending? Right? Because if your CAC is, let's say, $20, but your LTV after 1 year is $500, that means every $20 you put out, in 1 year, 500 is coming back. Right? So it's simple math at that point. So you want to ask yourself this. What's your upward trend? If you look at the last 12 months in your business and revenue is like this, that's scary to them. That's too volatile. They want to see consistency. They want to see dependability. That's why I'm not a big fan of sales. Because when you do a sale, you see a spike. After the sale, it drops. Then you're like, I need to do another sale again. Then you go up, there's another spike. And then after the sale, it goes down. You need sustainability. You need to see a consistent upward trend. If you have a consistent upward trend and you know where it's coming from and you can talk about that, you in good money, you in good shape. There's a lot of different things to consider when you're looking for an investor. Another thing is, what type of investor do you even want? Don't seek an investor just because you need money, because money has an energy attached to it. All money ain't good money. I know we've all heard that saying before. All money ain't good money. Therefore, if you are looking for just money, go get a loan or go get a line of credit. But if you're looking for an investor, that essentially is you're looking for a partner who has resources and relationships that's going to help your brand grow and get positioned in a way that nobody else's brand can be positioned. So that's something to ask yourself as well. What type of investor do I want? Don't look at getting an investor as, you're this subservient peasant and you're begging somebody for money. No, You are the opportunity as well, because they're going to get rich off of you. So you have to ask yourself, what's the profile of the investor that I want to, have invest in my company? Who are they? What resources do they have? What would I like from them? What would my expectations be of them? Because the same way they have expectations of you, you better have expectations of them. Don't sit and just think that they're just here to save you. No, you are your own entity. You are your own boss, and it should be a mutual thing, because this is your company at the end of the day. Unless they have 80% ownership, you still got to run the company. You still are the brains behind it. You created this thing. So an investor ain't going to save you or bail you out. They're here to get a return. This is straight business. So these are things to think about. So those are some things to think about, man. I know a lot of people go on Shark Tank. People want investors, et cetera, but think about these things before you sit here and go get an investor or think you need an investor. Ask yourself these things, and you'll be in a lot better shape. I promise you, and I can guarantee you that. So that's today's episode, man. Y'all have an amazing day, an amazing week. Every Monday and Wednesday, we coming at you with some sauce. Always remember, everything you do in life, it starts with a vision. Peace.